Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of FS-360 PODSESSION. On today's show, we have Ramatoulaye Diallo, CEO of Orange Money Senegal. I had my script prepared for this intro, but I'm not going to use it because this was such a special episode that you really need to watch it and listen to it. I hope you enjoy it. Bonjour Ramatoulaye, ça va bien?
Bonjour Fernando, ça va bien, merci. Vou falar contigo.
Oh, falas português também?
Pouquinho.
Oh, this is a very international call. I think now we need to shift to English, right?
Yeah.
So how are you today? How are you today, Ramatoulaye?
Very well, thank you. Thanks for inviting me. I've been looking forward to this opportunity to, just chat with you. So
yeah, no, it's a pleasure. It's an honor to have you here on the show, and I'm looking forward to the chat that we're gonna have, right? So, Ramatoulaye, when I look at your career journey, the best expression that I find to describe you is a daughter of Africa and a citizen of the world. Is it fair to say so?
Yeah, I think you have better words. I'm gonna steal that and start saying that myself, like I came up with it. But yeah, I mean, when I think back, I've lived in 10 cities in the past 20 years. Africa, the United States. Traveled quite a bit. So absolutely, I'm happy to claim the citizen of the world. But what pleases me most is daughter of Africa. I mean, I was born and raised in Senegal. As you know, you are my sort of neighbor from Guinea-Bissau.
Exactly.
And and from here, and even being from Senegal, my ancestors have all sort of made their way for different reasons from Mali, from Guinea, to the south of Senegal, to eventually Dakar, which is the capital, So I'm very much of the region, daughter of this soil, and I love our continent. I mean, I know you and I share this. We've talked about this before, so absolutely, yes, daughter of Africa, I claim it.
And there's something that I've been saying in my videos, and finally I found the right person to ask this question. Right? I've been saying that in Africa, financial services is being disrupted by telcos and not banks. Why do you think is that happening?
To say that it's being disrupted would even mean that there was something huge to begin with that is being disrupted. I think the telcos have created it where it wasn't. There's this huge population that just was not, that was in a cash economy, but that wasn't served. I mean, as amazing as our banks are across the land, that's why I actually very much think of telcos and banks as partners.
Yeah.
Not so much as competitors. I think we have the same goal. So it's not like we're trying to fight over a cake of finite size. It's just that there is so much more baking to do.
And I fully agree with what you said. I think it's about partnership between banks and telcos, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't believe that every telco wants to become a bank or wants to become a bank at all, right? But they want to provide digital financial services, which is a different thing from being a regulated bank, right? So I think there's space and there's room for really collaboration. And I think the winners on it will be the customers, right? They will be better served. It will be financial service will be more accessible, cheaper as well. So I think the customers will win with this partnership. So governments and businesses all over the world have been limiting cash exchanges during this COVID-19 pandemic, right? How do you see the role of mobile money in the fight against COVID-19 in Africa?
I think the role it plays is to hopefully accelerate and forever transform certain institutional and personal habits around the use of how money circulates. I mean, I would hope that when we come out of this crisis, we really would have dealt an important blow to our biggest, toughest competitor, which is cash. It's not the others, it's cash. Why is it the toughest competitor? Well, it's the competitor that meets the need of the customer. In the fastest way at the moment the customer needs is the most. So when we think about how to tackle cash, I think we need to put ourselves in the shoes of the customer and to constantly be asking ourselves, well, how can we be as fluid as cash? How can we make it as easy, as frictionless? That's the key question, is for us to constantly be thinking about innovating, but from the perspective of the customer.
So Ramatoulaye, as a mother, a businesswoman, and an executive, what have you learned so far from COVID-19?
I've definitely learned that it is here to ask us to rethink our models and to accelerate the things that serve the greatest good for the greatest number. And then how do we do that? And it's probably also asking us to let go of certain things that we don't want to let go of. Clearly, if we did, we would have done it since. But I definitely want to be on the other side of it, alive and well, on the right side of history. And I personally want to be part of the solution, part of the tribe that is going to work on the solutions, part of the tribe that's going to bring more answers.
So Ramatoulaye, I know that there is a book that had a huge impact on your journey, which is How Will You Measure Your Life by the great Clayton Christensen, right? And actually that happens to be one of the books of my life as well. So Ramatoulaye, the question I have for you is, how will you measure your life?
Ooh, what a great question. I think you should stay in media, like become the Oprah. Listen, how will I measure my life? I think for me, first and foremost, it is as you know, what impact will I have had as a parent and as a mother. As a person, I want to measure what I do by something I'd mentioned a little bit earlier, which is, am I in the tribe of those who are bringing solutions, of those who are having an impact? I'll just share with you, I mean, as a Muslim, one of the things that, you know, the Prophet talks about in terms of the things worth leaving behind. You know, he talks about children who pray for you. He talks about leaving work of knowledge that continues to benefit people, or charity that continues to benefit people. So to me, every time somebody thinks about you or talks about you and has a recollection that is positive, that you touch their soul with your kindness and with your compassion, of something you did or said, or something you didn't do or didn't say, perhaps when others were doing or saying something not so positive, all of that is a prayer, as far as I'm concerned as well. So yeah.
Preach, Ramatoulaye, preach. So that was super beautiful. And we need to end this conversation with a quote from that beautiful book, right? Let me read it for you.
Yes.
Because if the decisions you make about where you invest your blood, sweat, and tears are not consistent with the person you aspire to be, you will never become that person. We have to say big thank you to Clayton Christensen, because this is a legacy, and we're talking about it now, right? And actually that's a very special way that I wanted to end this conversation, Ramatoulaye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your journey, your learnings with us, right? And this is you building your legacy, actually, right? And legacies made of these things. And I believe the legacy is made of these things. And thank you for coming here today and sharing it so openly with me. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Ramatoulaye, thank you so much. All right.
Thanks,
stay well and stay blessed. All right.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.